Hi guys, welcome back to UKFlyFisher. I'm up nice and early. It's 5 AM and I'm after the salmon. On the River Tawe we get a lovely run of salmon. And I came out last night just for a recce, just to have a look around, see if I could see any fish in the river. I saw more fish jumping than I've seen in a long time. I saw 6 salmon coming clean out the water, 2 rolled on top and 2 entered the pool. So there's a few fresh fish moving. Now unfortunately on the Tawe, the river clears pretty quickly, so you don't get much of a chance at these fish. So I had an hour last night before dark, didn't manage to hook into one, actually fell in the river for the first time ever, quite embarrassing. But I thought I'd set my alarm for 4:30, get down here as early as possible, and hopefully we'll catch one of the silver salmon. Don't know if the camera will pick it up, that's the Alexander tube fly I'll be fishing. Recommended to me by Miguel, who's one of the best salmon anglers on this river, I think. So we're just going to take our time really going through this pool with the 2 flies. I've never really fished the Alexander before. More just due to the Cascade and the Alice shrimp doing so well over the years. I don't know if they'll woken up yet, which is why I've gone for the tube fly. Kind of get it down a bit more on their nose. Hopefully tempt them to have a little bite. This big fish just rolled down the bottom of the pool. I think he's just come in. So a fresh fish on the move. That's a fish that might take. That's a good sign for us. Well, the tube didn't work and now it's stuck up a tree, so let's try something bright and sparkly. It's just a variation on the Cascade. Hopefully the orange and yellow combination will get a strike. We're going for the 1 fly with a Cascade. We're going to be aiming under the trees and let it swing around with us with the current. Just keeping in touch with your fly. Hopefully wake a fish or 2 up on this Cascade. Oh, I'm slipping already. This pool is one of the worst for moss that I have seen. And I have no idea why. Nice, under that branch there. It's quite a hard cast, but there's no reason a fish won't be moving through there against the far bank. Problem is, if they already moved through. Problem with the Tawe is it comes up and it goes down so quick that the fish just run straight through at times. Unless you're spinning on one of the deep holding pools, you only have a little gap to catch them. But learning the conditions of the water, you can narrow down the time you spend on the water and actually catch quite a few fish considering the time you spend. I know people on here who spend 3 or 4 weeks fishing every single day for 1 fish, and you can sort of come out 3 or 4 times and have 2 or 3 fish just because you're hitting the right conditions at the right times of day when the fish are on the move. So this is the main hot spot here, and just past that rock it kicks out a big current. It's highly oxygenated water, and the salmon just seem to sit in the slack just on the edge of that current. So we're going to get our flies in and around there, get it drifting down and coming out of the current just in front of their faces. Usually we can get a take by here if there's salmon here. There's no reason why there shouldn't be. We've had a lot of rain. The fish have had time to come up now. This pool should start showing us some fish. Yes! Oh, and it's a salmon. Exactly where I said it'd be. Oh, that's amazing. Switch to the single fly. Definitely did the job. Feels like a nice fish. So we just got to hope we can keep him on now. But that's exactly where we expected him to be. He's probably going to see me in a minute and bolt, so I'm going to have to be ready to let him go. Yep, he's gone. He's going. Oh, it's a nice fish, guys. You know, other than a sea trout, there's nothing that fights this hard. With a salmon, it's more down and deep. With a sea trout, it's more in the air and long bursts of runs. I don't really want to mess around too much for the camera. I just kind of want to get him in, to be fair. Not that he's going to let me or make it easy at all to get him in. He's a big fish. Not the biggest in the world, but a nice fish. Very happy with this. There's not too many fish being caught in the river, especially in terms of salmon and sea trout. He's coming right underneath us now. You can see that. A nice male. And he looks ready for the net. Oh, no. Almost. Saw the net and bolted. What a cracking fish though. If he doesn't go in this time, I can see what's happening. The string's going over the net. Got him. Oh yes, he's in the net, guys. Look at that fish. Fly just on the edge of his mouth. Nice male there. What a fish. Absolute monster fish. Absolute cracking fish there. Hopefully you can see him on the camera. That's enough playing around, guys. Let's get him back. Oh, that came out so easy. Off he goes. Well guys, the River Tawe didn't disappoint. What a lovely salmon that was. It's my first time out with my GoPro and I'm hoping I've got it all on camera. I really enjoyed the fight. Incredible fight. Really strong fish, these salmon and sea trout in this river. With the River Tawe, it's more about hitting the conditions right. If the conditions are right, you've got every chance of catching a fish. The problem with the Tawe, the conditions don't stay right for very long. So coming down in the morning, hitting it just right, really paid off there. You've got to use the right equipment, right flies. And in a later video, I'm going to go over everything I do when I'm salmon fishing on the Tawe and give you all my tips and tricks to hopefully help you catch a fish. I'm also going to be bringing out a sea trout video. Now, sea trout are my joy, my passion, it's what I live for. It's the most exciting fun you can have with a fly, that take at night, and the power in the fish. You won't believe how hard sea trout fight. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like my video so I know you're liking the content, and I'll see you in the next episode.